Ah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Hi guys, my name is Matti Sulanto and I'm a photographer, and welcome yet to another video from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. In this video we're gonna shoot some street with a 20mm wide-angle lens. My lens today is the Viltrox 20mm F2.8, a brand new Viltrox lens. They very kindly sent me this lens for a review, but this video is not gonna be a review. This is a POV street photo session, and I'm gonna show you some POV footage so you can see what I see before I hit the shutter. Let's get some shots. Here, you can stay there. Yeah, I'm from Finland, yes.
Helsinki.
Thank you. Like I said, this is not going to be a lens review, but I'm still going to share a few first impressions on this lens because it's the first time I'm using this lens. The exterior is made of plastic, but it feels pretty high quality plastic. It feels a lot like my Sony 11mm F1.8 for APS-C cameras. Very similar exterior and feel, but this does not have weather sealing. Also, there's no aperture ring and no other controls except the focus ring. However, it doesn't matter. Like I said, it's very inexpensive lens, and I'm curious to see how this performs. This lens is absolutely tiny, almost micro four thirds tiny. My Sony a7 IV feels like there's no lens on the camera when I'm carrying this combo around. And that's really nice, and this lens is a pleasure to walk around with and do some street photography. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. A lens this wide can be a bit of a challenge for street portraits or portraits in general. But as long as you keep your subject in the mid part of the frame and include enough of the surroundings, you should be fine. But if you place your subject, the person, in the corner or towards the edge of the frame, you'll get a distorted face that does not necessarily look that good. But for environmental portraits, a 20mm lens can be just fine. May I? Can I? Thank you. Whenever you are shooting on a super wide angle like this, I know that some of you are going to say that this is not a super wide angle, but for me it is a super wide angle. Anyway, it's a good idea to take advantage of your camera's articulating screen and shoot from low angle or high angle, and that way it's easier to fill the frame more efficiently. If you just stand up and shoot like this, it can be a little bit difficult, especially with the foreground, and at least I very often end up with a lots of useless foreground in my pictures. Wide-angle lenses are usually not very good for close-ups or macro photography, but you can create some, let's say, environmental close-ups with wide-angle, like 20mm, for example. If you place your main subject, the close-up subject, in the foreground, and then because the angle of view is so wide, you can include quite a lot of the background and give some context to your main subject. And you can't make pictures like that on any other lens. Even with a 50mm, if you shoot a close-up, you can only include the close-up subject and not the background at all. So with a wide angle, you can create some interesting close-ups too if you just play it wisely. Buildings and interiors are one obvious subject for a wide-angle lens. You can play with shadows and lines and perspective and get some really interesting result. And do not forget to try low angle or high angle also for architecture, interiors and buildings. Whatever you shoot on a super wide angle, like 20mm or any super wide angle, I think it's very important to take a proper look at the whole frame before you hit the shutter. It's very easy to ignore things that are happening in the corners of the frame and end up with some distracting elements in your picture. Because the angle of view is so wide, it's too easy to concentrate only on the mid part of the frame. At least that happens to me all the time when I'm using a wide angle like this. Thank you. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. No. So far, I really like this Viltrox 20mm F2.8 wide-angle lens. It's so tiny, it feels like there's no lens on my Sony a7 IV. Very easy and convenient to carry around. And I'd say it's almost like the perfect everyday carry lens if you like wide angles or super wide angles. The build quality feels really good. It's plastic exterior, no weather sealing, but other than that, it feels like a really well put together lens and feels a lot like my Sony 11mm f1.8 lens for my APS-C camera. And also the optical performance seems very decent for such an affordable lens. I think the price is around $160. There are already some reviews out here on YouTube, and also most of those reviews seem quite positive. And this seems like a really nice lens, and I'm looking forward to using this lens more in the future. Beautiful. This is all I have for you in this video. I hope you enjoyed this super wide angle walk with me and the Viltrox 20mm f2.8. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, or something else, please do consider buying me a cup of coffee. There's a link down below if you don't live in Finland. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon in the next video.